The question is, what happens socially to the person who says out loud the thing that everybody agreed not to notice? So if this movie felt original, it's not. It's the newest reprint of a story that has no original, which, given what the story is about, might be the most on-the-nose thing in this whole video here. Plato told this story using a cave. Prisoners chained to a wall, they're watching shadows, and they're certain that the shadows are the world. And then one of them escapes and goes out into the sun, and when he comes back to tell the others, they're not excited at all. They want to kill him. And this is written 2,400 years ago. And Plato already got the punchline. The cave trains people to experience rescue as an attack. So the Gnostics took Plato's two worlds and made it a lot darker. The lower world, which they call Earth, basically, isn't just shadows like in Plato's cave. It's a prison with a builder and an architect. And the only way out is through direct knowing. Not information, but knowing. And there's a huge difference there. If you look at the Matrix, they put the whole thing in sunglasses, and then they hid Neo's contraband inside of a hollowed out copy of a book about fake realities. And this is called Jean Baudrillard's Simulacra and Simulation. Then you have Cypher sweating over a steak that he knows is fake, and he chooses it anyway. He says something like ignorance is bliss in this moment. So you have the cave, the Demiurge, the Matrix, the Dome, and the Truman Show. 4 versions, 24 centuries. These are authors who never met and obviously couldn't have. There's a fingerprint here. The exact shape consciousness makes every time that it notices the cage a little bit. And every one of these stories agrees on the one thing the inspirational crowd leaves off the movie poster. Getting out hurts. Plato's prisoner is blinded by the sun for a long time. Neo instantly starts vomiting. Truman loses his wife, his best friend, his town, his father twice, and every comfortable idea that he ever had about who he was. Waking up is a demolition. That's why people choose the steak. That's why most people, even if you handed them the keys to the door, they would grab those keys right out of your hand and lock it from the inside. So here's the part of the story that left the theater. A few years after this movie came out, psychiatrists started seeing something new. Patients walking in convinced that their lives were a television show. Hidden cameras, scripted families, and an audience out there somewhere watching them. There were enough of these cases that the condition got a name. It's in the literature. They call it the Truman Show delusion. I want you to sit for a second in what's happened since then. In 1998, believing that you were constantly watched, recorded, and sold to strangers was a symptom. Today, it's a terms of service agreement.
Man,
Your phone knows where you slept. Your TV reports what you watch. Your searches are a sales file that someone sells that has your name on it. The patients didn't get crazier. The entire planet closed the gap between all of that. And the rest of this old map is landing the exact same way. Trust in the whole arrangement is just bleeding out around the entire world right now. We have younger generations that are walking off their jobs their parents performed without question. We have political outsiders surging on every wing, left and right. And I don't care which one makes you cheer. That's not a verdict on any of them. It's a symptom reading there. The way that a fever is not a disease, but it tells you there is one. And the people who run the set, the stage, are offering 2 exits. Both of them are their 2 exits. You can go deeper in, like the metaverse, the VR, the AI rendered everything, or back toward whatever's still real and unfilmed. So the Truman Show dome in our reality is starting to get strained big time. The shadows on the cave wall are starting to glitch. And right now, more people are seeing the seam at once than the operators know how to explain away. And when the comfort stops holding the herd together, the operators always reach for the exact same backup tool. You know what it is? It's fear.